We are back on Sports Night, and March Madness has arrived earlier for some schools than others, including the St. Edwards women's basketball team going to the Division II NCAA tournament for the first time in school history. And we're joined by the head coach, J.J. Reel. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
So, as I said, first ever trip to the NCAA tournament, and you had to work your way to get in. I mean, this wasn't a slam dunk by any means. You win the conference tournament, a little bit of a surprise. How satisfying and exciting was that to win the tournament?
Oh, it was unbelievable. And then to win the tournament on top of beating your rival in St. Mary's. So it was kind of double the excitement and joy there. Yeah, like you said, we were kind of a long shot going in. Everyone else thought that we knew that we had what it took to get a win, a quality win against International to host Friday night. And we played a really good game and came out on top. And then St. Mary's had all the normal ups and downs that it always does, and we were able to pull out the overtime victory.
We can tell you're working hard. The voice is a reflection of how hard you're working this time of year.
I didn't think I was screaming that much, but evidently the voice is telling me differently.
Well, whatever you were screaming was obviously working. What was it like for the team? I mean, I'm sure this was a goal to actually attain it and to realize we're going to the NCAA tournament. What was that like for them?
I think, you know, in the moments there right after the buzzer went off, I think there was obvious. They were in shock, I think, a little bit of disbelief. I kept hearing, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. And as it set in, I think it's just been an overwhelming sense of pride at what they've been able to accomplish.
What about for you personally? I mean, you certainly understand the journey of St. Edwards basketball. You played at the school. This is your first official year as head coach, but you were there last year. But I mean, you have an appreciation of where this program has been and where it's going. So for you, what does it mean?
Well, you know, I mean, first for me, it's a little bit of pressure off because every other sport at St. Ed's is so good. We've kind of been the slackers a little bit. So, yeah. But yeah, from a personal standpoint, to just try and establish a sense of tradition that was there back in the 90s that we haven't been able to establish here in like the last 10 years. Certainly happy for all of our former players and alumni. That was probably the greatest thing other than the actual win, and the moments thereafter was getting to my phone and just being able to feel the sense of pride beaming almost from the phone screen from so many former players. So that's really special that they're so excited about it.
I mean, it's got to be great to do it at your alma mater, right? Great to do it anywhere, but especially at a school that you played at and attended.
It certainly is. It feels really, really nice.
So now, unfortunately, the road in the tournament is going to be challenging. You draw the #1 seed, West Texas A&M. You've got to play them on their home court. What will it take to be competitive with them and to possibly beat them?
You know, I think as we talked about today in practice this morning, talked about obviously respecting our opponent but not fearing anyone. And I think that's something that this group has done all year. This group of kids, they really feel comfortable in that underdog setting, so to speak, which we obviously are.
Sure.
So that'll be a comfortable place for them. And I think it's just about probably getting off to a good start for us and not allowing them to go on a run to open up the game, and now we're having to deal with the crowd and climbing back from the onset. You know, but we're certainly capable. It's just about us going in and being confident and making the execution happen on the defensive end. That's the key for us, is the defensive end.
I know the format certainly is different, but you know, every year in March Madness you see Cinderella that for whatever reason catches fire. Any idea how you do that, how you become that team that for whatever reason gets lightning in a bottle and goes on a bit of a run?
Well, I think a lot of it is mentality and kind of how your kids are feeling. And we certainly have had that for the last week. And the thing about it is like if you get a group that doesn't really feel the pressure and doesn't really look ahead and doesn't know how big the moment is, you can get that. And I think we have that solution, that combination going on with our group right now.
Tell us a little bit about your team. I know you got a player, Maddie Wheeler, your leading scorer, who we're all familiar with from Cedar Park High School watching her. I know she's been great for you, but tell us about this team and what's been so good this year.
I think the thing that's been so good has been that we have been a team. This is the first group that I've been coaching a part of that has really become a close-knit group, a group that relies on each other, a group that trusts each other. And because of that, we've been able to handle adversity. Maddie Maddie hasn't been with us for the last almost 3.5, 4 weeks. She was injured. And so, yeah, she was first team all league, almost 17 points a game. And while that we haven't been able to make that up in one person, we have been able to make it up in 3 people, and really have not skipped a beat. We've found other ways to be successful. You know, I think the greatest thing about this group is when we started this journey 2 years ago, we brought back 10 kids from a 4-22 team. The graduating senior group won a combined 14 games their first 2 years. Well, we equaled that almost last year. And that kind of just shows you their resilience, their determination, their fight, how much inner pride they have, not just for themselves, but also for the university. And I think that's why you see us doing what we're doing. Are there teams that are maybe more talented than us? Probably so, but I don't know that you'll find a group that works as hard, as committed to each other like this group is, and then that just is never going to quit.
That's hard to coach. I mean, that's often that ingredient that you got to have that's hard to create in a team.
Right, and you know, and that's why people tell me great job, and I say, hey, they're pulling me along for the journey. I mean, I give the kids all the credit. Yeah, you're right. I can't give that to them, and that's certainly something that they have to have, and this group has it.
Well, you got to get at least a little bit of the credit for it. Long bus ride. What do you do in a 500-mile bus ride to the game?
I don't know. We don't get to pick our bus this round, so I don't know if we'll have satellite TV, and I'm just worried about plugs. So if the phones die or not, sure. I guess hopefully we'll have TV, watch some conference basketball.
There you go.
Talk, hang out, laugh.
Yeah, well, enjoy it, and good luck on Friday night. We'll be pulling for you.
Thank you.
All right, J.J. Reel and the St. Edwards women's basketball team, they'll play in the NCAA tournament on Friday night. We're going to take a quick break here on Sports Night. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.